Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. And yes, my fan is on, and I have lighting over there, lighting over here, and beautiful lighting over here. How you doing in YouTube land? I hope you and yours are happy and healthy, safe and well. Right now the time is approximately 10:51 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Monday, December 27th, 2021. The moon is currently waning in Scorpio, and the sun is transiting in Capricorn. Today is also the second day of Kwanzaa, and I'm going to read to you from, this is originally from the official Kwanzaa website, and I received this information through a wonderful website called sistasci-fi.com. It is a wonderful website that specializes in books written by women of color that feature women of color. Anyway, today's principle of Kwanzaa is Kuji Chagulia. I really hope actually I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kuji Chagulia. It means self-determination, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. I love this. And according to Sister Sci-Fi's website, or rather the email, fun fact, it is the favorite Kwanzaa principle of Vice President Kamala Harris, or specifically Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. And she actually included in the email the tweet that Kamala Harris made about Kuji Chagulia. I will get that right someday. In the meantime, I wanted to tell you about something that happened not too long ago. And I really did not make it a big deal. In fact, as some of you know, especially those of you that have had sessions with me, my professional psychic practice is especially abundantly full between September through to the following February. So there are some things that I just have not been able to let people know about until, well, now. Anyway, so I had the honor and pleasure of being a guest on Goddess Alive Radio. Goddess Alive Radio is the official podcast of Motherhouse of the Goddess. And it stars Kimberly Moore, the living goddess who founded Motherhouse of the Goddess, and it also co-stars her right-hand goddess, Marissa McCall. I am surrounded by all of these wondrous and beautiful and intelligent and magical living goddesses, and I am forever thankful. So I was a guest, I don't remember. Drake, do you remember? No. This is embarrassing. It was a wonderful podcast appearance, and it's funny because, I don't normally do podcasts. Unfortunately, over the years, there have been some issues that I've had, but there were no issues this time, although I'm still quite shocked that nobody who heard me has contacted me to avail themselves of my psychic services. And I will include the date that I appeared on this podcast, as well as the date that it became available. So, but it was, thank you. It was during the 13 days of Samhain. So it was actually towards the last, I think it was the 2 days before Samhain that the appearance became live and published. So yeah, that's how long. I'm like, it's the last week of December, and this podcast appearance became live the last week of October. It's like, what's going on, people? Come on, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, a shamelessly proud goddess-worshipping male. What more do you need? Anyway, so I really loved it. I had a fun time, and one of the questions that Kimberly and Marissa posed to all the guests are stacks and snacks. I loved it because it rhymed and it was alliterative. And interestingly enough, I became a fan of snacks after appearing on Keith and the Girl. One of the first times that I had appeared on Keith and the Girl 12 to 13 years ago. And I will tell you, I love snacks. I loves my snacks. I could eat snacks for dinner and be totally okay with it. I could eat a sandwich for dinner and call it a night. So, but yeah, snacks are one of my favorite things to eat. And it depends on my mood. You know, sometimes the snacks are pieces of chocolate. Sometimes the snacks are, what's one of my other favorite? Oh yeah, so sweet and salty. So I do love Pringles potato chips. They're not, I mean, these are not the healthiest things I could ever eat. I mean, I know this. Although, you know, I am long overdue to have the charcuterie and crudité snack experience, but I digress. Well, at home, because you know I gotta have a bottle of red wine with all that. Yeah. And a sausage, you know, honoring my Spaniard roots. But the link to the podcast is in the description box. I am especially thankful to both Kimberly and Marissa for being amazing co-hosts and making my appearance very fun, very exciting, beautiful, actually. It was really, 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 really enjoyable. And we definitely went over. So there is going to be a part 2. We don't know when that's going to be, and that's fine. Well, we have an idea. It'll be sometime in 2022. But I would imagine it would be sometime, I don't want to say, but if I had to give you an idea, between January and May of 2022. How's that? So, yeah. Anyway, but I will definitely, and if you listen to the podcast, please let me know what you enjoyed the most. Because you know what? I remember the other day I was talking to somebody and she said to me that she doesn't listen to podcasts. And I said, neither do I unless I appear on them. Which is so bad, but so honest. And you know I believe in being honest. Even though some people call it rude, I call it honest. But there's a difference. I think there is. Anyway, so that's the deal with that. But in the meantime, since I mentioned them happily and lovingly, thank you once again to Kimberly Moore, the living goddess who founded Motherhouse of the Goddess, as well as Marissa McCall, her right-hand goddess, for being so lovely, so welcoming, so supportive, and so helpful, and for being amazing co-hosts on the Goddess Alive podcast. And of course, thank you to all of you in YouTube land for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, and all the subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And of course, an extra big and juicy thank you to all of you who have scheduled your sessions and all of you who have bought me a coffee. Good night, have a wonderful evening, have an amazing week, and stay tuned for the next video.